Hey, this is Joel with America Giants. Not quite a normal episode this weekend. It's going to be a little bit more of a newsletter. Lots going on, so I just thought the best way to talk about it would be to make a video of it and do an episode on all the stuff coming up. Last year, many of you were able to attend the grand opening for the America Giants Museum. Thank you so much for coming. It was great meeting you. I had a fantastic time. And many of you who didn't make it got to watch the YouTube episode I did, so you kind of felt like you were there and saw what we did. We're doing it again this year. Of course, it's not the grand opening, but we had so much fun last year, or I had so much fun last year, that I wanted to do it again. I wanted to visit Illinois again. I don't live in that state. I don't get to the museum very much, so I love to visit and check out the Giants with many of you and meet you and others who share the same passion that I do. I'll be on site from Thursday, May 22nd to Monday, the 26th. And so I'll be there for the full weekend. We've got a lot of things planned. Keep an eye out for, on social media, the full rundown and schedule of every day and all the events. I know many of you can't come for the whole time, and I'm repeating some of the things I'm doing on different days. So if you can only come one day, no problem. You probably won't miss too much. But this year I'm going to do a little more Q&A, a few more extra talks about, for example, buying, selling muffler men, saving the local giant in your town, and the best way to do that and see it coming and work on that solution years before it comes up for sale. One thing I want to do is a tour. I know it's a small museum, but it would be really fun to do a tour and talk about each giant and its history. You know, every giant has a plaque, but there's so much that's not on that little piece of paper. And there's so many behind the scenes stories and tidbits and stuff I can share about how I got each one and details about them, international fiberglass, the history. And it would just be fun to go as a group and we can talk back and forth and do some Q&A and just kind of explore the museum together, talk about each giant, and then go outside and of course talk about the big ones. So those are some of the things I want to do. There'll also be some other guests that are coming. I can't say any names because I'm still nailing all that down, but there'll be other collectors, those who travel extensively and view the muffler men and visit them. And so I'll have them on hand too for some of the Q&A. I'd like to include them, and so we can all discuss muffler men and giants and what we love together. We're also going to be setting up two giants, hopefully, two new giants at the museum. You see all those pads out there that are empty. We're trying to fill those up. So you don't want to miss that. That one we can't repeat. Hopefully you can make it. That's like an event all in itself to watch a giant go up. Many of you were there last year for the Texaco Big Friend, and they come in on the trailers and then we lift them up. It takes a few hours to do it all right, but you can watch how we install them and bolt them down. And it's just a fun event. Last year it was great to have everybody there. You know, we were talking and all experiencing it together. And then of course at the end, everyone can go in and take pictures. And that was just fun for me to watch. That's what I love, bringing these giants back to life and then watching other people get to enjoy them. As I said, I'll be posting the full schedule, so you'll see all the details, but remember, it's going to be a lot like last year. There'll be food trucks there, and then don't forget there's new items inside the museum too. We're swapping out a lot of the stuff, some of the heads and different artifacts with new ones, so you'll want to catch that too. And there's going to be a Bob's Big Boy there and some new heads up high, and I'm bringing in some cool stuff, so you'll want to see all that. In other news, second item, today's the last day for the sale of the Belleville Phillips 66 Cowboy. He probably once graced a Phillips 66 station in Belleville, Illinois. I've listed his full history on a video, but it's been a busy week talking to so many of you, and it's already the last day of the sale. It will end tonight, so be sure and reach out to me if you're interested. I've certainly received a lot of questions, and I thought I could answer a little bit of that here, but feel free to call me or talk to me, as so many of you have this week, and I'm happy to do emails or talk on the phone or text. Value is a big question. Everyone's like, well, where's this going to end up? We don't know, but last year, similar giants, unrestored, were $35,000, $40,000. They're hard to find, they're original from international fiberglass, and they just don't come up for sale that often. However, as you know, everything's a little funky right now, so the market, I'm guessing, is probably down, and that's a good thing for you. It's a good time to buy. You're probably not going to pay the same price you did last year. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing there may be a little bit of break there, and that's good because that leaves you more money for restoration. Many of you are asking me about restoration because that's the next question, right? I got this giant now. It's not completely restored. We did a bunch of it. I've invested a lot of money in restoration already, but it's not done. So how do you do that? The best case scenario, I tell everyone up front, if you can do it yourself, that's great. You're going to save a ton of money. And some of the ones that were sold last year, that's exactly what's happening to them right now. These guys are sanding them down. We've got videos I can share of full restorations that we've done in the past and kind of walk you through how to do it and how we did it. So we're happy to help with that, but that's what I encourage everyone to do. If you can do it yourself, or you have somebody in your town like a boat shop or an auto body shop that knows you and you know the people and they can work with you, you're going to save a ton of money by going that route. Many of you can't do that yourself, and that's completely understandable. It takes time. I've got one sitting right here that's been here for a year or more, and it takes time to get around to working on them, I know. So if that's the case, you've got some options. You got like Mark Klein in Virginia. You got Regiant, where the Giant is currently located, so no transportation needed there. And both of these guys do excellent jobs on restoration. There's a lot of factors in what you want and what kind of paint and internal structures and what do they hold and all that stuff. So restorations can vary greatly from maybe 10 grand to 20,000. So you got to factor all those things in, of course, when you're considering a purchase. Value of a fully restored original muffler man, of course it can vary, but you're looking at quite a bit of money, from 40 to over 50,000, depending on what it is. Of course, if it's the Gemini Giant, it's worth many times that number, apparently. But you'll want to factor that in, so when you're purchasing, you want to add what you pay for the unrestored Giant plus what you're going to pay to restore it, and then make sure you're not too far way out over 50 or something like that. So that's kind of some guidelines. That's a lot of the questions I've been getting from you, and I just wanted to kind of go over that for the record. I can talk a lot more in depth on the phone, so we're coming down to the last day here. Really cool to talk to some of you and hear some of the ideas some of you have for this Giant. Very cool. I'm excited to see where he's going to go. It's very simple to get involved. Just email me to make an offer, and we'll take it from there. And looking forward to seeing where the new home is for the Belleville Cowboy.